Good morning. Good morning. How's everybody doing today? Good morning. Is the sound working this time around? Let's double check. Let's see. Is it working? It is working. It is working. This time around. Let's double check. Yeah, it's working. There we go. There we go. Okay. Good morning. Good morning. How's everybody doing today? Thank y'all for being here. Sorry, today was a screwed up morning, boy. Just when I thought I had everything done, everything was not done. But we here now. We here now. I'm gonna put this one right here in front of the screen. We can see a little bucked up right there if that works. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But anyway, thank y'all for tuning in this morning, this Monday morning we got going on. I don't know if y'all can see my little cup with my little logo on it. I'm trying to put that in the screen if I can. If not, oh the hell, well, we tried. But anyway, how's everybody doing today? Thank y'all for being here. We greatly appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for showing up. You know, this is Monday morning. We got a good show on the list for you. You know what I mean? We got something good to show you. Oh, wait, do I have something? Yeah, just get that off the screen. There we go. There we go. Okay, yes. Anyway, we got a good show lined up for you. Yeah, hopefully everybody had a good weekend. Because, you know, the weekend was what it was. It was a weekend. It came. It flew by, and then that was it. It was a wrap. It was over. But anyway, hopefully everybody is doing good. Thank y'all for being here. We greatly appreciate y'all. It's going to be a good one we got in tune today. Hopefully you got some sleep. You got your rest. You got all that nonsense that you needed to get out of your system over the weekend. Whew, man, I took a long time to get started. Just when I thought I had everything set up, everything kept hitting me and going wrong and messing up, but I didn't want to have the sound screwed up because last time I did that, got an hour into the show and then boom, nothing happened. I had to cancel the whole freaking show because of that, and that was a frustrating day. But today we got it right, and today we are here. Now I'm gonna have to cancel a few screens up here because I don't want to have to mess up the sound, you know what I mean? So we're gonna go ahead and pull some of these things down because we got too many things open. Although my computer is a beast and it can handle it, we still got to pull some of this stuff down. But other than that, how was y'all doing today? How are y'all doing today? Are y'all awake? Are y'all at work right now? Are y'all getting up slowly but surely? You clearing the crust from your eyes? Huh? What's going on? How are y'all doing? Are y'all doing good? Because I know I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing okay. I can't complain. I can't complain. It could always be worse. But then again, I can always make that better. So with that being said, yeah, it looks okay in the screen. You know what I mean? Because, you know, I'm trying to put that there because your boy is a bucked up brand ambassador. And I got the discount code. I need to put that on there. But you know what? We'll fix that for another day, another time to get it right. Maybe I could think I could put it right back here. Yeah, right back there. How about back here? Slide that over. Bam. That's perfect. Perfect. Boy, look at that placement. Look at that placement. That is nice. Yeah, so you can see I'm a brand ambassador, so you can see the bucked up in my link tree, in my and my discount code is in my link tree for bucked up. So if you want to get percentage off on whatever stuff you buy for bucked up, go ahead and hit that link in my link tree and go find the bucked up store that I have and put 10%, I believe it is, down on your whatever product you buy from them. Yes, sir. And man, my phone is too freaking loud. Let's go ahead and turn that down just a little bit. Jesus. Okay. We hear you loud and clear. Ding dong dong ding. All right. But anyhow, today we got a good show in store for you, man. It's been a crazy hellified weekend, and let's make sure I didn't delete my whole freaking show from yesterday. Do I still got it up? That's what she said, right? All right. Yes, we do. We still got everything up. Just know that we are simultaneously streaming on 3 different platforms. We're on Twitch, we're on Kick, and we're on YouTube. Like I said, you can find all my links in my link tree in the description. So therefore, you can follow on any platform. You know, if you're on Twitch, there's ads sometimes that pop up. Jump over to Kick if you want to avoid the ads for the time being, or YouTube as well, and hop on YouTube and you can keep it going so you don't miss any part of the show, which is great. But like always, we're just going to go ahead and keep this thing moving. Twitch, Kick, and YouTube. And right there, if you see it, we got the Cash App and the Venmo if you want to send donations or whatnot. And all that good stuff. And as you see, we got I didn't get to finish doing the rest of them. So we're just going to have it for the first one. because I want to make sure that it looked good for the show, and then we're going to go ahead and put it on for the rest of the show. Okay? All right, cool. But anyhow, let's go ahead and tap into the show, and let's go ahead and get this show started, because we do got our 4 topics. We got fitness, dark humor, what is it? The economy, and AI. And let's just hopefully nothing messed up along the way. And if it did, then we're going to have to wing it, and we're going to be okay. Man, yeah, this morning was a morning. It started out not the way I intended it to, but we still here. So our first topic is going to be what the fitness is. A fitness to a topic that we got for today, where we're going to check out fails and successes in fitness. And we're going to start it off right. It's a Monday, so we're going to show that there's no excuses, okay? There's no excuses, because there's somebody out there grinding harder than you, doing it better than you, and you might be sitting there complaining and whining because your fifis is in the way. Get your fifis out of the way. And somebody is hitting me up this early in the morning. I mean, hey, how you doing? Did it send? Sending post, send now? Okay. All right, well, that's working. But anyway, we're going to start it off with fitness and let you know that... quit saying that there's no excuse for whatever it is that you're doing. Get out there and make it happen. Work, grind, do the work, because nobody is going to do the work for you, and you are the only one that's going to save yourself and free yourself from whatever it is that you don't like. Yeah, we're going to tap into that morning right there. That morning roast that we got right there, because, boy, it was needed. My sleep schedule's all messed up from yesterday. I had took a late afternoon nap around like 3 or 4. Then I didn't wake up till like 8. Oh, man, I was like, I'm going to be wide awake. And I was wide awake. Your boy was wide awake. I was like, man, I was way up. So I decided to hop on some Diablo late night and play some Diablo. I was out there smashing on demons, and I was running through them demons, talking to them like,
prepare the meat, so don't.
Yes, sir. That's what I was doing. I was out there just killing the game and making it, having a good time streaming, playing video games last night. If you were there, appreciate you for being there. If you was watching me handle some business on that Diablo folk, because hey, that game right there has got me hooked at the time being. I mean, I really am hooked. But it's a good thing. Because I also game too. I game as well on Twitch and Kick whenever I'm not doing a DnL&x fitness show. So that's what we do. But without further ado, let's just tap into the show, because I did have y'all wait a little bit extra long today, and it was not intentional. I just realized I had more stuff to do this morning than I actually thought I had to do, and it took me a little bit too long to get on stream, so I won't be doing that no more. I have to come a little bit better prepared, but I'm human. I make mistakes. It's okay. But we here, right? We here, so there you go. And for our first video of the day on what the fitness, let's go ahead and put it up on the screen for you. Let's switch it over. All right, so here we go. We got, well, as you can see here, we have a young lady here getting ready to do a lift. And as we can clearly see, it says the definition of determination. This lifter is absolutely amazing. She has one arm. She only has one arm. So let's see what lift she's going to do. It looks like a power clean, but I'm not sure. Let's go ahead and check it out. I'm going to have to keep it silent for you because it's probably music. Let's see if there is. Yes, there's always music. So we can't play the music as a copyright, but let's go ahead and watch. So let's see how she does. Here we go. She goes up. Oh, she didn't get it the first time. Oh, nope, didn't get it the second time. We're on a different day, different clothes, different outfit. Still didn't get it. Power cleaning. Oh, 65 pounds. Shout out to US kilograms, though. So that's even more. That's 10 kg. So what's that? 20 and 20, 40. So we're going to give her the victory. Yes, clap for her. Let's go ahead and see her do it one more time for you lazy bums out there. Look at her. Look. These are two separate days, unless she just went and changed. Look, it's another day. She was like, ugh, nope, couldn't get it. Mm-hmm. Oh, she did it again just to make sure she had it. She didn't just do it once. She did it twice. Two separate times. Straight savage mode on you. Straight savage mode. Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes. We like that. We like that. We have to give her complete credit for what she did. That was amazing. One arm power cleaning. What is that? I'm gonna say she was complete power cleaning 95 to 100 pounds. I'm gonna assume that it was around that area. I could be a little bit off, but I'm close. So shout out to her for power cleaning that with one arm. One arm. Can you believe it? Well, you have to, because we just seen it. All right, so let's switch over. All right, so we got the next one up here. What's the next one we got? What's the next one we got? Oh, yeah, we got this nice looking thing here. We're going to have to see what she's talking about. All right, so let's see what we got here. So we got this nice looking lady right here. Let's see what she's going to do. Oh, crap. I done pull the whole thing down. There we go. She's going to tell us what every female and fitness influencer does. I think I can turn up her sound because she's talking. Shout out to praise her for talking. Praise her for actually talking, because a lot of people keep putting music in their stuff and it's getting people hit with copyrights and all this nonsense, but that's okay. Let's pull up on the screen. Let's look at this niceness right here. All right, let's see what she has to say. Ready, set, roll the footage.
Hi guys, come watch me do yoga and pretend to spread peace, love and veganism, even though I know you only care about seeing my dump truck. I'll make sure the camera is directly on my fat ass while I show off my flexibility and be at one with nature. I'll then do only sexualized positions like this downwards dog and then turn to the front for you to see that pussy fat.
Ooh.
After, I will drink water from a plastic bottle, contradicting myself about saving the environment. I'll then sit cross-legged and pretend to do breath work. See you next time. Namaste.
I didn't hear what she said.
Hi guys, come watch me do yoga and pretend to spread peace, love and veganism, even though I know you only care about seeing my dump truck.
That's
I'll
true.
make sure the camera is directly on my fat ass while I show off my flexibility and be at one with nature. I'll then do only sexualized positions like this downwards dog and then turn to the front for you to see that pussy fat.
We appreciate you for that. Thank you for that.
Bottle, contradicting myself about saving the environment. I'll then sit cross-legged and pretend to do breath work. See you next time. Namaste.
Namaste. Hi Asjen, how you doing? Appreciate you for being here. Thank you. We are on the fitness portion of the show. If you can't see, we just had a nice piece of fitness influencer telling us what other fitness influencer does. I think she was making fun of the other fitness influencers, but I'm not sure. You can make the determination yourself. Let me run the footage again, because I still didn't watch the whole thing. Here we go.
Hi guys, come watch me do yoga and pretend to spread peace, love and veganism, even though I know you only care about seeing my dump truck. I'll make sure the camera is directly on my fat ass while I show off my flexibility and be at one with nature. I'll then do only sexualized positions like this downwards dog and then turn to the front for you to see that pussy fat. After, I will drink water from a plastic bottle, contradicting myself about saving the environment. I'll then sit cross-legged and pretend to do breath work. See you next time. Namaste.
Whew. All right, we're going to go ahead and give her a round of applause on that one, y'all. Sheesh. All right, so you want me... All right, let's see. Askin over here, he wants me to say something, and I don't know exactly what he wants me to say. He's telling me what it means, but you know, let's see. He wants me to say, you know what? I know better. So you know what? Before I repeat what you want me to say, I'm no fool. So let me go ahead and see what good old... Let's see what this. I am. You took the words right out of my mouth. I am actually doing that, and it looks like either it doesn't understand what you're saying, or you have a typo in whatever it is that you're saying, because it's not pulling it up. What language do you have it in? What language is this in? Do you have the language? Turkish. 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 Let's see. Oh, maybe it's me who's spelling stuff wrong, and I'm over here blaming you for it. No, it's you. Let's see. Let's see. Let me try this one more time because you got me over here doing some random stuff on the show. How dare you? But it's okay. It's a Monday morning. We'll go ahead and step a little bit to the side for it. Okay, before I say this, who is Sefer? Who is Sefer? Who is Sefer or a girl or a boy? Okay, so are you a girl or a boy? Male or female, I should say. And then it's Oscar. What we got going on here? Because I know y'all can see that in the chat over there. We both males, bro. It's a joke. Oh, man. Oh, bro. Why you got me trying to say some nonsense like that? I'm gonna have to let you say it to him. I can't, man. But at least we can see it right here. Everybody can see it right here in the chat, so we all see what's going on. So basically, it's a Brokeback Mountain between the bros is basically what he's saying over here. That's what we got going on. Nah, I can't say that one, fam. I can't say that one because who knows? Like I said, I'm streaming on Twitch, Kick, and YouTube all at the same time, and the translation that they gonna hear, they might be like, "Yo, what's going on?" But then again, I could just be lying to you and not want to say it. But I can't say that one. I can't say that one. But we can see it here. Everybody can see it. We all see it. We all can see it. We all understand it for sure. For sure. Let me go ahead and pull up the next video though. Let's go ahead and get the next one up. So the next video that we got here is we got a gentleman out here in hold on. Don't want to pull it up too quick. Next one we got here is we have a video up here. We have a dude in nature, lifting in nature. And he clearly isn't playing any jokes as far as his nature lifting. Dude out here is in full range of beast mode. So if you're ever wondering why lumberjacks and people of that nature are so strong, this might be a reason why. So let's go ahead and pull this up on the screen and let's see how this man is lifting in nature. Here we go. So let's roll the footage. I think this has no music behind it. I think he's just all out natty with it. So let's check this. As we see, there's a big old tree over here across his back. Let's see what he's about to do. Here we go.
One.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Man, he got great form on his squat, yo. That is
yes. Thank you, Jesus. Done.
Hallelujah. Hey, shout out to him. That was impressive. He had good depth on his squat pause, but he went all the way down. Like that was very, very good. And I'm pretty sure that branch was slightly heavy. He didn't look like he was playing around. He channeled his inner Kratos strength on that one. We had to watch that one more time because that was super impressive. Here we go.
One.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. One more time. Can we get 3?
Yes.
Then he bails.
Thank you, Jesus. Done.
Done. Done, son. That's what I'm talking about right there. That was phenomenal. That was phenomenal. That's straight beast mode out there in nature. My man is not playing no games. He's not playing no games. Shout out to him. I don't know who he is, but that was great. Straight Tony the Tiger out there and on that joint.
Makes me wonder what else.
Whoopsies. Okay, so we got one. No, do we have? No, we got like two more maybe. We'll find out here in a second. So this one is the next one right here. Let me go ahead and refresh it and I got to turn it down because we got music in it, which sucks, but don't want to get a copyright because MFers be copyright and stuff. So here we go. So we got this lady right here, and what she's talking about, she says doing a plank. She said point of view of what it's like doing a plank. If anybody knows what a plank is a workout where you basically sit on your, you're almost like in a push-up position, but you're on your forearms instead of your hands. You're on your forearms and you just hold it, and she's gonna basically talk about how it feels doing a plank. So we can't play the music, we can't play the sound. We just have to watch the video. But let's see what she's talking about. She's got a she's got a plank set up. She's in a plank position, and she prepared for the shirt because she actually prepared for this video because right here in this region it's tightly fitted on there, so we don't get any slips. So yeah, let's go ahead and get this started. So let's see. Here we go. So she's gonna show us. So she's in a plank. 1 minute timer. She's going in. She's in that 1 minute plank. 4 seconds, someone down. 54. Looks at the clock again. 56, 54, 53. Okay, time ain't moving. 54, 50. That seems about right. Yes, exactly. When you're doing a plank, time is not. Oh man, it seems like time keeps starting over. She's not getting nowhere. Oh my goodness. Oh my god. Hey, that sounds about right. That actually sounds about right. I'm gonna have to give it to her now. But I have to watch that video one more time because I was kind of liking what I was seeing. Let's go ahead and look at this again. Let me see something. Let's see what we have here. I think we're in our sports underwear gear. She's got them little baby shorts. Okay. She's got them little baby shorts. Okay. Alrighty. Okay. Yeah. Come on. She said, come on. What's going on? Round of applause to you, baby girl. All right. Let's see what she look like. What we got here? What we got? Oh. Okay. There we go. Okay. Now I see what it is. I see what we got going on here. This is what we're working with. Okay. This is what we're working with. Okay. Oh, man. Oh, yeah. You know, if I had a better photo, I would share it with you guys and girls. You know? Because, ladies, if you go both ways, I mean, we support it. Yep. Yeah. I don't have anything better than that to show you, unfortunately. I wish I could, but there's nothing that kind of gives you the full engagement, or else I would, you know. Oh, wait. I think we have something. Lurking. Well, hey, BDP, before you lurk, before you dip off. This is who was doing the plank. There we go. Here's the image. Here's a better look. This is who we had doing the plank. This is, she's clearly the shorter one. There she is right there. There she goes. Bam. Wait, can we do a full screen mode? No? All right, cool. There we go. It was this one right here. She was doing the plank. It was her. I don't know if that's her girlfriend or whatnot, but that's who we had doing the plank. All right. That's enough. Get off my screen. Go away, girl. Go away. All right, can't give you all that shine. Can't give you all that shine. That's all. That's all you get. That's all you get. And that was more than enough. And that fool's gonna go over to her page and tap in and give her a follow and all sorts of stuff. But it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It is what it is. It is what it is. But anyway, so the next one we got here is if you're a gym goer. If you are a gym goer, this is very, 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 very important that you must know this, okay? You must know this. And it seems like bro didn't know this. Let's see what bro's issue is at the gym. Let's see what he didn't do. Here we go. Gonna pull him up right here. I think we can play the sound on this one, but it says right here, look like bro skipped leg day.
Makes me wonder what else I don't know.
Do you know you're supposed to work out your lower body, too?
Oh, no. Oh, bruh.
Man, makes me wonder what else I don't know.
Do you know you're supposed to work out your lower body, too?
Oh my goodness, he skipped leg day. He skipped leg day. Look at the legs. He skipped. Oh, bruh. Don't skip leg day, my dude. Everybody gonna be looking at you like, what the fuck is going on? Like, and he's sitting there at the chair like,
what are you talking about?
like, you know what we talking about. We clearly, you clearly know what we're talking about. We looking at you like, what are you doing, man? What are you doing? One more time.
Man, makes me wonder what else I don't know.
Do you know you're supposed to work out your lower body, too?
Look at this. Look.
Makes me wonder what else I don't know.
Look at the way he's looking at him. Look at the way he said, didn't know that. The way he's looking at him, he's looking at him like this.
He didn't say that. Tell me he didn't just say that.
Oh, but he did. Then he had to politely hit him with the...
Do you know you're supposed to work out your lower body, too?
Buddy forgot that he was supposed to split his workouts. But it's okay. It's okay. It's never too late. It's never too late. Let me pull this down just a little bit. It ain't never too late. It's never too late, man. You can always fix that issue. Because if you got the upper body looking like that, you can get the legs right too. It's going to be a little bit harder. But you're going to be all right. At least it's from a man perspective. It's going to be harder because it's easy for us to get our upper bodies built than our lower bodies. But hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. All right, here we go. We got another one for everybody who went through their childhood knowing what the Power Rangers are. Oh, man, turn that down, buddy. We got another one. So this is our final one for the What the Fitness portion of the show. This is our final one for the What the Fitness. So we're going to go over to dark humor right next to the next segment. But here we go. So we got Power Ranger here. I believe it's a Power Ranger. Because I've never seen this Power Ranger. However, this Power Ranger has clearly haven't been proportioning himself correctly. It's clearly what it says. It says, when you train hard in the gym but skip leg day. Let's see what we got.
The seat.
Bruh.
Alright, screw you in a tree. Check out the new physique. What?
I said, God damn.
Just know if he's coming to save you, all somebody got to do is give him like a swift little, like calf kick or low kick to the calf or something, or a kick to the thigh. Oh man, what is this? You know what? I'm just gonna not even acknowledge. Oh, okay, that was a filter. Oh, that girl lying. Anyway, that was it for what the fitness part of the show. We're gonna go ahead and remove this banner right here. Can we remove it? Yeah, we gotta remove it. I forgot to make the other ones. At least we know that works though. We know that the what the fitness part of the show works, and we got the banner for it. So we know that it works. And as soon as we progress on a little bit further, we'll go ahead and put the rest of the banners throughout the show. So we got one. Just need to get 3 more, and we'll be fully complete with all the banners. But I have to make sure I did it right so it look good. And the only thing I feel like I need is a border around this right here. I just need a border. I need to make a white border so it looks okay. When I add a border, it'll be, you know what I mean? It'll be right there. It'll be all the way down. So anyway, so on to the next segment of the show. We're going into the dark humor portion of the show. We're going into dark humor. So if you are soft, triggered,
introducing the Flowbee Precision
whoopsies, emotional, sensitive, pro cancel, go away for a minute. Just go away for a brief moment. You can come back when we're done with this portion. If you're one of the people that feel that way, you know, you can just dip and come back later. But we are going into the dark humor portion of the show, okay? So let's go ahead and get this one started. So the first one we have here, it says if homie here says if medicine commercials were honest. What does he mean? Let's see. So I think we can go ahead and play the sound on this one, and let's see what he has to say.
ZooNetrix helps with mild to medium to moderate allergies and has absolutely no side effects whatsoever.
Side effects include cough, congestion, and extreme allergies. This is one of the deadliest drugs on the market. I'm surprised this person is still alive. The CDC has banned this drug in over 27 countries. Do not ask your doctor before taking ZooNetrix. Do not take ZooNetrix if you have pre-existing heart condition. Do not take ZooNetrix if you have arms, legs, lungs, toes, or common sense. Literally do not take ZooNetrix if you are human. Keep ZooNetrix out of the hands of anyone ages 0 or up. If you are having suicidal thoughts, take ZooNetrix. If you have already taken ZooNetrix, do not consult with your doctor. Consult with your family, because it's too late. Why is this person still smiling? He literally read all the side effects. Why would anyone take this drug? Studies show that ZooNetrix 100% of the time leads to the highly contagious deadly virus Xenotron, so no matter what, do not make hand contact with anyone. I repeat, do not make hand contact with any living person. They will die. Other side effects include nausea, death, high fever death, delusions death, headache, and pregnancy in most men. Some cases include infatuation with inanimate objects. ZooNetrix.
Oh no!
Is the drug for you?
Oh no! Shout out to him. I actually like that. That was good. That was actually good. He said if medicine commercials were honest, then boy, oh boy, did you hear the side effects? May cause pregnancy in men. Actually, in today's world, that's not a side effects. People believe that shit. And then he said, you may die. Don't touch hands with other people. He shakes the man's hands with 2 hands. He says you may use your arm or legs if you're the age of 0 and up. Don't take it. That was a good one. I like that. I thought that was interesting. I want to hear it one more time. Let him run it back.
ZooNetrix helps with mild to medium
what is it called?
moderate allergies and has
I guess he can.
Absolutely no side effects whatsoever.
Alright, so we start off with no side effects whatsoever.
Side effects include cough, congestion.
Wow. The backdoored and says side effects include
and extreme allergies. This is one of the deadliest drugs on the market. I'm surprised.
One of the deadliest drugs on the market.
This person is still alive. The CDC has banned this drug in over 27 countries. Do not ask your doctor before taking ZooNetrix. Do not take ZooNetrix if you have pre-existing heart condition. Do not take ZooNetrix if you have arms, legs, lungs, toes, or common sense. Literally do not take ZooNetrix if you are human. Keep ZooNetrix out of the hands of anyone ages 0 or up. If you are having suicidal thoughts, take Zunetrix.
No, if you're having unalive thoughts, he said take it.
Already taken Zunetrix, do not consult with your doctor. Consult with your family, because it's too late.
Uh-oh.
Why is this person still smiling? He literally read all the side effects. Why would anyone take this drug? Studies show that Zunetrix 100% of the time leads to the...
We can see your cameraman back here, buddy. We got your cameraman for your skit.
A highly contagious, deadly virus, Xenotron. So no matter what, do not make hand contact with anyone. I repeat, do not.
Doubles up and then looks him in the eyes. He touches his hand with 2 hands and looks him right in the eyes.
Contact with any living person. They will die.
Oh,
Other side effects include nausea, death, high fever, death, delusions, death, headache, and pregnancy in most men. Some cases.
Oh no, not the pregnancy.
These include infatuation with inanimate objects.
Oh man, infatuation with inanimate objects. Oh no.
Zunetrix. It's the drug for you.
Oh man, and it's a wrap. It's a wrap. So if you guys are into Zunetrix, I'm pretty sure you can reach out to this gentleman right here. His name is... Oh, it doesn't say his name. It just it's on a video channel. It's not on his channel. But if you find him, take Zunetrix at your own risk. He gave you all the side effects, so there's no reason for you to take it. But if you choose to take it, good luck to you. All right, so let's move on to the next one that we have. So we have our next dark humor or commercial or whatever you want to call it. Oh man, I don't know if I can play this next one. I guess there's only one way to find out. Well, we'll see what happens. All right, so here we go. So we're gonna pull this one up, and this is I've seen a lot. Let me go ahead and pull it up for you so you can see what I'm reading, so you know what's going on exactly. So next one we got here, this one says that if, let me show you. It says that I've seen a lot of wild advertisements, but this one takes the cake. All right, so let's see what we got advertising here. So it looks like there's a hair product going on. Let's see what we have. I think I can turn it on. Hopefully I can. Here we go.
Introducing the Flowbee Precision Hair Cutting System. Get that freshly sucked hair you've always dreamed of without leaving the house. You can suck your whole family, mom, sister, and watch Uncle Steve suck himself.
Okay.
Looking good, Steve.
Is that just a vacuum cleaner for their hair?
He didn't say that. Tell me he didn't just say that.
Introducing the Flowbee Precision Hair Cutting System. Get that freshly sucked hair you've always dreamed of without leaving the house. You can suck your whole family, mom, sister, and watch Uncle Steve suck himself.
Okay.
What? Oh my god.
What are you talking about?
What the fuck?
Really? 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 Just... I hope that wasn't real. I hope that wasn't a real commercial. I hope that was a joke. That's crazy. And it is a vacuum for your hair. He does have a valid point. You can literally just go get a vacuum and use the extension part where you get the cracks and crevices and things you use for the couch. Like, clearly you could use that and get the same thing, but they made a special one for the hair. And clearly you can suck everybody with it. You can suck yourself and you can suck your family. Oh my goodness, that's crazy. Let's just hope it's not real. All right, so this next one. This next one, what is this? I know the TV show. Hopefully, I don't get copyright for this, but we're going to find out. We're gonna find out. We're gonna find out. So let's see. I hope I don't, man. I really hope I don't. All right. Well, anyway, you might know what this TV show is. It's just a clip or a segment from the TV show. It's pretty dark. It's funny though. All right, so let me go ahead and pull up on the screen for you real quick. This one says the darkest of all jokes. No pun intended, I guess, but let's see what this joke is all about. Alrighty, the volume may be a little low, but this is as loud as it gets, so here we go. We're gonna run it. Let's see what he got to say. Let me just widen that up. Here we go.
Warner Brothers is producing a new movie in which Superman is black. And a black Superman actually makes a lot of sense when you remember that Superman was abandoned by his parents as a baby. Well, I knew you'd like that one, so here's another one. Warner Brothers is producing a new movie in which Superman is black. In this version, black Superman's kryptonite is an honest day's work.
Then they put the camera on the black guy.
Before I go, I just thought of another punchline for that black Superman. Black Superman will be referred to as the Man of Steel, spelled S-T-E-A-L.
Oh, that was a good one. That was a good one. I'm sorry. That was hilarious. That was good. I don't want to play it again because in case I don't get, unless I do get a copyright, I don't want to get a copyright. But that was a good one. Whoever made those Superman jokes, they were on point for that one. That was good. That was good. That man said Superman is the Man of Steel. S-T-E-A-L. Oh my goodness. Shout out to them. Whoever wrote that joke, they're a genius for that one. That was good. That was good. I'm going to have to prove that one. That was fantastic. That was really good. That was good. All right, let me go ahead and pull up the next one that we got for dark humor. Let's see. Before we do, pause this because this is too much noise. Okay, so here we go. We got a next one here. The next one we got here is commercials trying to be trendy. So let's see what happens with commercials when they're trying to be trendy. And let me do this really quick before I pull that up. Because where are we at? There we go. Where you at? Right there. This guy right there. Boom. Okay. Shout out to you. Let me see who we got on. Okay, so nobody's there. We're good. Okay, cool. So we got this next one here is going to talk about commercials trying to be trendy. So let's see what happens when commercials try to be trendy. What we got? Okay, clearly we got a scary face in the background. That's not too cool. But let's see what the trendy commercials sound like.
21. Can you do some for me? Get 21% off when you fuck up a check at TJ Maxx. No cap, on God. Flex on your ex bitch this season in our winter sweaters, hoodies, and joggers. 21, 21, 21. Only at TJ Maxx.
Did anybody notice that he's eating popcorn with chopsticks?
21. Can you do some for me? Get 21% off when you fuck up a check at TJ Maxx. No cap, on God. Flex on your ex bitch this season in our winter sweaters, hoodies, and joggers. 21, 21, 21. Only at TJ Maxx.
He didn't say that. Tell me he didn't just say that.
That was terrible. That was terrible. Oh man, you know what? That was so terrible that I got to give it the good old. All right, so we have a what is this? I guess you can consider this one. Oh, hold on. Jesus, all these music sounds. I can't be having the music playing because certain people want to copyright your boy and act like it's my fault that the music's playing, but whatever. Anyhow, so we have this one here. This one here is a what do you call this? I guess it's a dark humor commercial, and it's random. So let's figure out what the randomness is about this dark commercial. All right, so it looks like we're starting off. Somebody pulls up to a couple of little girls at a lemonade stand. That's how we're starting this one off. So let's see where this takes us. All right. Y'all ready? We got hi girls, and they're at the lemonade stand. They're selling us a lemonade. We don't know where this is going, so let's see.
Hi, girls. I've been looking for some lemonade all day. You know where I can find some?
We're selling lemonade.
You are? Well, perfect. Mrs. Van Horn has me running all over town. I am parched. Oh, that looks delicious. How much?
$1.
$1?
We made it ourselves.
Oh, I don't know. You know, this just might be the best lemonade I have ever had. I'll see you, okay? Bye.
Wait, we forgot your change.
Okay. Oh! Oh no! Oh man, didn't see that one coming. That lemonade was so good, it took his life. Let's run that back one more time. Sheesh.
Hi, girls. I've been looking for some lemonade all day. You know where I can find some?
We're selling lemonade.
You are? Well, perfect. Mrs. Van Horn has me running all over town. I am parched. Oh, that looks delicious. How much?
$1.
$1?
We made it ourselves.
Oh, I don't know. You know, this just might be the best lemonade I have ever had. I'll see you, okay? Bye.
Wait, we forgot your change.
Ooh.
I said, goddamn. Goddamn.
Yikes. Oh man, he forgot his change. Oh.
Nope, 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 nope.
All right, well. At least he donated before he died. If he didn't die, then hey, we're good that he's still with us. Because that just came out of complete left field. Didn't even see that one coming. Sheesh. People, keep your eyes on the road out there, man. Don't take your eyes off the road, not even for 1 minute. Not even for 1 minute. Because it was not looking too shabby for him. That came out of nowhere. Sheesh. Painful. Yeah. Anyhow, moving on to our next video, we have commercials. Commercials were wild back in the
From 1948 to...
Whoopsies. Oh man, so this means that this is our last video for our dark humor segment of the show. Okay, well, we're moving right on along till we move into the economy. So we got here, commercials were wild in the 2000s. Let me go ahead and give it a good old refresh before we get... All right, cool. So let's see what we got here. So let's go ahead and pull this one up on a screen for us. Things were a little bit different in the early 2000s, 90s into the 2000s, I'm going to say, you know. I mean, we were coming out of the 90s and going into the 2000s, so, you know, we didn't see... There was no, you know, cell phone. Well, cell phones were slowly making their way. Social media is what changed the world forever. But, you know, like, making a slow progression, and things were different. We had commercials that tried to tell you not to drink, not to smoke, showed you the consequences. We had, you know, Dare, and we had the Smokey the Bear, and all these different things. We tried to, you know, actually, like, not get people to do bad things, at least. Nowadays, we're promoting people to do bad things. But let's go ahead and see what this commercial is all about. Let's see what's so wild about back then. So here we go. Let's see what we got. We got... what do we have? Let me stretch this all the way out. What she said. Commercials were wild in the 2000s. Can you see that part? I don't know if you can. Alright, I think I'll leave it like this. Nah, I should do it like this. We'll leave it like this. All right, let's go ahead and roll the footage. Here we go.
Are they smoking? Or are they gay? It's okay to smoke.
Oh my goodness. Oh my God. I did not see that coming.
What the fuck?
gotta watch that again. Oh my god.
Are they smoking? Or are they gay? It's gay as smoke.
Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Hey, because they made this a commercial to try to get you from smoking, that's hilarious. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That's wild, boy. Oh, and it says it's something brought to you by the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, I guess. Well, basically, the CDC approves this or brought this to you. One more time. One more time.
Are they smoking? Or are they gay? It's gay as smoke.
He didn't say that. Tell me he didn't just say that.
Oh my goodness, that was a good one. That was a good one. Oh man. Shout out to them for making that one. That's hilarious. That is hilarious. That was too funny. Oh man, you know what? Can I save that one? I gotta save that one to my feed. Where's the hearts? Oh my god. Oh, you know what? Let me read the comments on this one. This is good. Let me pull the comments back up real quick. Let's read these comments. Somebody said, "Bro, what?" Somebody laughing. Oh, smoking. Right. Looks a little too friendly for me. Somebody said this is a parody ad. Somebody said, "Oh my god, this never happened." Somebody said, "Light me up." Oh my goodness. Oh Lord. Oh, that was a good one. That was a good one. That was, oh my, all right. Oh boy, that was good. All right, so that wraps it up for the for that segment of the show. That wraps it up for the where were we at? Dark humor portion of the show, the humor portion. We're going over into the economy. So we're switching over into the economy. So let's see what's going on in the lovely economy that we're living in. All right, so here we go. So we're going into the economy, and I hope, man, he has that music in the background, the next guy. All right, so this one right here, this is the first thing we're segueing in for the economy, and this is going to be, let me just refresh that first. From 1940. Okay, so I don't think he has any music in the background, which is good, so we can actually roll with it. All right, so let's go and pull this up, and it says, what does he have? The golden age of American Dream. American Dream. And he's gonna explain it to us on what he's talking about. So let's let him cook. Here we go. We got hamburgers. We got either chicken or beef right here, or some ribs right here. I don't know what this is right here. You kind of can't see this part I'm looking at now. You can't. But anyway, let's go ahead and see what he has to say about the golden age of the American Dream. Let's go.
From 1948 to 1973, for 25 years, the U.S. economy...
Oh, man, they got the music in it. Oh, they're probably gonna... Let's just hope for the best, prepare for the worst.
From 1948 to 1973, for 25 years, the U.S. economy was so amazing that you could conceivably get a job. I mean, a regular job. I don't mean an amazing job. Just a job. And the pay would be so high and the benefits so amazing that you could not only afford to buy a house and feed your family, you might be able to send your kids to school, and you might be able to retire really.
I got a feeling they're going to give me a copy for this one, so I'm going to go ahead and read the rest to you. So he's saying that you could retire really, really well and send your kids to college with just a regular job. And then he says that was the only time, in fact, in human history, where a person could work and make wealth because it looked at the middle class because it looked at the middle class in the United States today. They don't make wealth, they barely get by. But for 25 years, people were prospering. If people aren't fretting about food, if they're not worried about shelter, if they're not constant fear that the economic situation, there will be a collapse, they have a mind space to start to ask bigger, better questions. Wait a minute, what about civil liberties? What about civil rights? What about human rights? And the next thing you know, by 1954, 6 years into this explosive economy, we're in the middle of a revolution. So what he's speaking on here is he's speaking on, let's see, what was the time period? From 1948 to 1973. So 25 years, the golden age of America for that time span from 48 to 73 was prosperous. And you could get a regular job. Like he said, any job really. And you could even send your kids to college with this job, and one person could work while the other one stayed at home. And for 25 years, you could literally raise a family on a regular job. A regular job. And you could actually build wealth with that regular job. From 48 to 1973, get a job anywhere. Didn't matter. Because the cost of living, the economics, everything was like fantastic. And there's a reason for all this. But it was fantastic. It was great. It was good. It was doing what it was supposed to do. Living that golden age of the American dream in that 25-year time period. So if you were born, let me guess, 1928. And then in 1948, you were 20 years old. And then you lived your next from 20 to 45 in a prosperous golden era. Then you had a good, I'm assuming you had a good time. Although there were like revolutions going on in the 60s and all this, but it was the middle class that they're referring to. They're referring to the middle class, how the middle class prospered and did really good in this time. So that's what they're referring to, is the middle class. So there was a golden age era of the middle class during that time. And just a regular job could get you and your family by. It could get you, the family, everybody by, kids sent off to school, and the job didn't have to be nothing fancy. You didn't have to go to college or nothing. Just go to school, get out, bam, and hit the ground running. So then let's see what this next gentleman has to say about that. Okay, because like I said, the time period was from 1948 to 1973. So that was 25 years. This guy, I think he has music in the background of his, so I may have to read this one to you as well, which kind of sucks.
Something bad happened.
Yes, he does. You know what? I don't want to get copyright. You know what? I'm just going to take the chance. We're going to see. So, let's just go off the time period that we just seen. 25 years, 1948 to 1973. And then this guy's going to say, what the F happened in 1971? So, I guess this is going to explain why it stopped in 1973. Let's let him cook.
Something bad happened in 1971 that you deserve to know, because it changes the life of you and every person you know to this day. There are 3 charts that I'm going to show you that will...
Alright, 3 charts. This is a 2-minute long video, so I'm going to chop it up and stop and get my commentary as we go. Hopefully that prevents me from getting a copyright. Alright, so something happened in 1971 that we need to know. It's going to give us 3 essential charts. It's going to tell us what it is. So here we go.
Open your eyes on this topic that you definitely don't learn at school. Watch closely.
Alright, so growth and productivity and hourly compensation since 1948. So we have a correlation. We have a correlation right now. The last guy said the golden era was from 1948 to 1973. This guy, he's showing us a chart. The very first chart he shows us, the growth, productivity, and hourly compensation since 1948. So we're starting right where that golden era began from what the last guy said. We're right there at the golden era where it starts. And he's going to tell us where and why it started to decline. So as we can see, from 1948 all the way up to I'm going to guess he's going to say 1971, there's a 90% increase of productivity and hourly compensations that was going on during that golden era. And look at that chart. It looks amazing.
This one shows how total productivity per worker grew in the US over time. Take a look. Because technology improved, one worker produces now more than 2 times as much. That's great.
So technology improved, So one worker produces more than two workers, or two times more workers, or whatever, 2 plus workers as much. So one worker can do the productivity, so they're paying that one person less, but they're getting more productivity out of that one person who could do the work of multiple people.
And should mean that the wages of workers also increased by the same amount, right? Well, they did, but only until 1971. So what happened there? If we zoom in.
All right, so we got income growth from 1917 to 2012 is what this chart is about. So we're starting at 1917 and we're going all the way to 2012. All right, so we have the red, so we have the red line. The red line is the top 1% earners. That's the red line. The red line is the top 1% of earners. The blue, teal, green, whatever color you want to call this, is the bottom 90% of earners. Okay? So red line, top 1% earners, blue line, bottom 90% earners.
We see that actually not everyone's income growth stagnated after 1971. Only the people in the blue chart with a normal day-to-day job like you and me. What actually happened is a redistribution. The top 1% had a massive surge in income after 1971. The big difference? They own assets.
Okay, so here we go. We have our new chart. This is the third chart. He says he's going to give us 3 charts, so we're on the third one. Third chart here. We have in the blue, median house price in New York. In the yellow, median house price in Boston. In the red, median household income in New York. Gray, median household income in Boston. So blue and red go together. Blue and red are both for New York. The blue is the home price in New York, and the red is the household income in New York. Yellow and gray go together. The yellow is the median house price in Boston. The gray is the household income in Boston, the median household income in Boston. Excuse me. And what we see here, he's starting in 1960, I believe, on this chart. So we're starting in 1960 and we go all the way to 2017. So as we see, excuse me, blue and yellow, they're doing this thing. Everything is closely tied. Everything is closely tied from 60 to 70. And then 71 is where he has his arrow pointed, I'm assuming. And then when we get to 1980, that's when the household incomes start to separate from the median house prices for New York and Boston. So the household incomes for New York and Boston barely even rise. They have a slow, I mean an extreme, dang near stagnant income raise, but the median house price for Boston and New York exponentially increase during 1980. At 1980, the increase is insane. But let's let him finish.
As you can see here, the prices of assets like houses appreciated massively after 1971. Since the top 1% earn their income from assets and not from trading time against money like everyone else, their income skyrocketed.
Okay, so because they owned homes, well, I'm going to say own homes, because they had assets, their assets took off and skyrocketed. And because of the assets that they held on to, it made a huge divide amongst people who worked jobs versus people who had assets. And that's what allowed them to have more income because of the assets that they collected.
What this means for the normal worker, you can see in the red and gray lines. Housing became as unaffordable as it is today. So can you guess what caused all this?
All right, so we're going to figure out what is the pivotal point in 1971 that caused all of this. What made the separation, what made the assets boom, and what kept the income practically almost stagnant?
Until 1971, it was possible to redeem $35 for 1 ounce of gold. Since other currencies had an exchange rate tied to the US dollar, they were also fixed to gold. In 1971, US President Richard Nixon announced the far-reaching decision to end this convertibility.
Okay, so we see that Nixon unpegged the dollar from the gold standard. So Nixon orders 90-day wage price freeze, acts tax cut, new jobs and broad plan, serves link between dollar and gold. So Nixon took us off the gold standard in 1971. And when that happened, clearly assets skyrocketed. And that caused a huge uptick in asset prices, and it allowed wages to barely even move or rise or not even keep up with the asset prices.
US dollar was no longer backed by gold, and how many dollars exist is since then decided by the Federal Reserve. What we know today as fiat money was born.
Okay, so we have a slight definition of what fiat money is, so shout out to him. Let's give him a round of applause. Oh crap, and I didn't even show the whole video. Gosh dang it. Didn't even show the video. I'm gonna run it back. Here we go.
Something bad happened in 1971 that you deserve to know because it changes the life of you and every person you know to this day. There are 3 charts that I'm going to show you that will open your eyes on this topic that you definitely don't learn at school. Watch closely. This one shows how total productivity per worker grew in the US over time.
Alright, so this is the one I was talking about the first time. This is growth and productivity, hourly compensation. This one started in 1948. This is the 1948 chart, and it goes from 1948 to 1971, 72, which is the same video, which is from the previous video where the golden era started in 1948 and ended in 1973.
Take a look. Because technology improved, one worker produces now more than 2 times as much. That's great and should mean that the wages of workers also increased by the same amount, right? Well, they did, but only until 1971. So what happened there? If we zoom in, we see that actually not everyone's income growth stagnated after 1971. Only the people in the blue chart with a normal day-to-day.
Alright, so this one shows the red, top 1% earners, the blue, bottom 90% earners. Starts in 1920 and we go all the way to like 2010. So he's just showing you, and right here, this yellow arrow is the 1971 mark.
A job like you and me. What actually happened is a redistribution. The top 1% had a massive surge in income after 1971. The big difference? They own assets. As you can see here, the prices of assets like houses appreciated massively after 1971. Since the top 1% earn their income from assets and not from trading time against money like everyone else, their income skyrocketed. What this means for the normal worker, you can see in the red and gray lines. Housing became as unaffordable as it is today. So can you guess what caused all this?
So with that being said, a lot of people, I say a lot of people, but in that time whenever the 1971 gold standard was changed, that's when the asset prices ticked up phenomenally and caused a redistribution of wealth basically.
Until 1971, it was possible to redeem $35 for 1 ounce of gold.
So basically what they were saying was from 1948 to 1973, I would say, 1971, you had 25 years to get your financial affairs in order. And if you were able to get your financial affairs in some type of order, then you benefited from having assets. If you had assets during that 20-year period, then when that time hit, your assets skyrocketed.
Since other currencies had an exchange rate tied to the US dollar, they were also fixed to gold. In 1971, US President Richard Nixon announced the far-reaching decision to end this convertibility. the US dollar was no longer backed by gold, and how many dollars exist is since then decided by the Federal Reserve. What we know today as fiat money was born.
All right, round of applause to him. Let's give him a round of applause. All right. So now we got the explanation out of the way. Let's go ahead and move over to the next one. And this guy here is going to give us an explanation here as well.
So why was the creation of the Fed?
Stop that guy from talking. All right, here we go. So we got this one here. This guy's going to basically explain what happened in 1971 that changed the course of humanity forever. So we got one guy giving us an explanation about it. And we're going to have another guy give us an explanation. Let's hope that there's no music to this. Let's see.
In 1971, the world changed.
All right, so far so good is what it seems like. So here we go. Let's go ahead and pull this up on the screen. And if you go behind the ad and switch, go over to my Kick or my YouTube so you won't be stuck behind the ad. So you can still be able to see what's going on in this video because it's about to hit you in 5 seconds. All right, so let's see what we got going on over here. All right, we got that. Okay. So here we go. Let's go ahead and get this video. Though the video's already pulled up, go me. All right, here we go. So let's see what the big deal is. His shirt says inflation is transitory. We can probably figure out what that means later, but let's go.
In 1971, the world changed forever. Faced with nearly insurmountable debt amassed by the Vietnam War, America could no longer back its dollars with enough gold. And with a stroke of a pen, President Nixon took the world off the gold standard. It's not like society ceased to function without a hard money, but all the changes you see today, from wealth inequality to obesity, all have a link back to the year that the world's reserve currency, the US dollar, became backed by nothing but faith in the US government. Economic productivity and worker compensation were essentially linked to the hip until 1971. The cost of a barrel of oil was essentially flat until 1971. Childhood obesity was under 10% until 1971. Income of the bottom 90% of earners was steadily growing. US national debt, well, that chart speaks.
Whew, look at that.
90% of earners was steadily growing. US national.
Look at the debt. 1971, pew. That right there should tell you everything you need to know. This should tell you everything you need to know. If they want you in debt, because slavery, debt is slavery. If you're in debt to someone, this is slavery.
Debt, well, that chart speaks for itself. A lot of things have happened in the world between now and then, but you've got to ask yourself, why have you never heard a politician tell you any of this?
Well, because it's not their job to take you out of slavery. It's your job to remove yourself from it. However, we're going to give that man a round of applause. Man, but that freaking depth chart was huge. That was a huge depth chart. That depth chart was not even cool to look at. Whew. But that just tells you need to do whatever you need to do to get out of financial servitude, financial slavery. Do whatever you got to do. Don't become a slave to finances, because that's what they want. Because they'll take the shackles off of your brains, off of your hands, off of everything, but they'll put that shackle on your finances. Go broke, see what happened. So now we got this next young man here. Hold on.
When the Federal Reserve.
Okay, I stopped you. So we got this next young man here, gentleman. He says he's going to explain to you the creation of the Federal Reserve, and this should give us an understanding of maybe why there's so much debt. I don't know. I could be wrong. Let's see what he has to say. And I hope he doesn't have any music playing. This is a little it's not a long video, but let's see what he has to say.
So why was the creation of the Fed such a big turning point? You see, before the Fed,
he has a little bit of music in the background, but I'm gonna let it rock. I'm gonna let him go away with it. So let's go ahead and pull this one up. Oh, that's what happens. I keep doing that. All right, so let's go ahead and let him cook, and he's gonna explain to us the creation of the Federal Reserve. Here we go.
So why was the creation of the Fed such a big turning point? You see, before the Fed, currency printing in the US was decentralized through multiple state banks that were in charge of printing money independently. And after the creation of the Fed, the bankers behind it now had managed to centralize money printing under one institution, which means they were now in complete control over the country's money supply. And just a few short years later, Woodrow Wilson launched the US into World War I, as we already know. So after all that, in whose interest was it to join the war? Well, it was the bankers behind the Fed. Now, why, you might be asking? Because here's what happens during war. The government increases their spending dramatically, having to print more money to cover such spending. However, the government can't print their own money anymore. So what it does instead is it takes up huge amounts of debt. And where do you think that money comes from? The Fed and the bankers, facilitated through a complex web of debt instruments. And then the government has to pay interest on that, which is how the bankers and the Fed make money. A lot of money.
We're going to run that back one more time.
So why was the creation of the Fed such a big turning point? You see, before the Fed, currency printing in the US was decentralized through multiple state banks that were in charge of printing money independently. And after the creation of the Fed, the bankers behind it now had managed to centralize money printing under one institution, which...
All right, did you catch that? Did you catch that?
Big turning point. You see, before the Fed, currency printing in the US was decentralized through multiple state banks that were in charge.
So state banks were able to print their own currency, decentralized, and state banks were able to print their own currency, and they more than likely had their own currency backed by something of value.
Of printing money independently.
So the states could independently print their own money. A decentralized currency could print their own money. Each state could print their own money, most likely backed by something of value. You would have to back it.
After the creation of the Fed.
After the creation of the Fed, you had what?
The bankers behind it now had managed to centralize money printing under one institution.
So now the Fed comes in, centralized money printing under one institution, and they hit you with huge interest for using their currency.
It means they were now in complete control over the country's money supply. And just a few short years later, Woodrow Wilson launched the US into World War I, as we already know. So,
when was World War I? Does anybody know when World War I was? When was WW Uno? 1914. However, during 1914, we were still backed by gold. So we were still hurting, but we were still doing pretty decent. Let's let him finish.
So after all that, in whose interest was it to join the war?
True.
Well, it was the bankers behind the Fed. Now, why, you might be asking? Because here's what happens during war. The government increases their spending dramatically, having to print more money to cover such spending. However...
All right, so what he's saying here is that the Fed... You know what? Let me go ahead and find this out real quick. So let's see. When was the Federal Reserve created? Here we go. Okay, so let me pull this up on the screen for you. So we got right here. When was the Federal Reserve created? It was created on December 23rd, 1913, with the enactment of the Federal Reserve Act after a series of financial panics, particularly the Panic of 1907, led to the desire for central control of the monetary system in order to alleviate financial crises. So, the irony. Okay. So the Federal Reserve was created in 1913, all right? It led to the desire for central control of the monetary system in order to alleviate financial crises. Crazy, huh? So they're alleviating financial crises, right? But however, 1 year later, the First World War breaks out. Technically speaking, we're still backed by we're still backed by gold. However, they can now charge interest on that currency that's backed by gold for the moment. And let's see what he has to say.
The government can't print their own money anymore. So what it does instead is it...
Yeah, so the government's not printing their own money when this happens. They're printing the currency of... They're not printing their own money. They're printing the currency from the Fed. And when they print the currency, when the Fed prints currency, they're devaluing the currency. Plus, they're also charging interest on the currency that they're lending you.
Takes up huge amounts of debt. And where do you think that money comes from? The Fed and the bankers, facilitated through a complex web of debt instruments. And then the government has to pay interest on that, which is how the bankers and the Fed make money. A lot of money.
Yo, shout out to him for that one. That was a good understanding. He gave a very broad understanding of it, not much time frame on it, but I want to put the time frame on there for you, because what he's saying is that, as we clearly saw, is that 1913 Fed created, 1914 World War I breaks out. Now, technically speaking, we're still backed by gold, but now that the U.S. is using the currency of the Federal Reserve, they're being charged a huge interest on it. And when you go to war, wars cost money. So if you're in a war, where are you getting your money from? You're getting your money from the Fed, who is not a governmental entity, but they are the ones who are giving money to these governmental entities, and they're charging them interest for using their currency. And at the time, it was backed by gold. As we saw, in 1971, took it off the gold standard, right? So in 1971, it was taken off of the gold standard. So the First World War was under a gold standard, which they made money off of. But then the Second World War, when was the Second World War? The Second World War was in 1939, and it was right, and this is what got us out of the Great Depression. This war right here got us out of the Great Depression, right? It got us right out of the Great Depression from 1939 to 1945. Once we got out of the Great Depression from 1939 to 1945, I mean, we still had to pay, gosh dang it, we still had to pay interest on the money that was coming out. We still had to pay interest on the currency that was being used from the Federal Reserve. But this is the war that got us out of the Great Depression from 1939 to 1945. And then what happened in 1948? What we just found out was what? The golden era of the American dream from 1948 to 1971 or 1973, whatever you want to call it. And during that time, what happened in 1971? They took us off the gold standard. Then once they took us off the gold standard, they didn't really need war anymore to profit like crazy, because it was like, all right, well, we'll just take you off the gold standard, and now you're no longer backed by gold. Now all of that is coming back to us. All of that is coming back to us. All of that interest, we're getting a lot more of it now. So technically speaking, my personal humble opinion, the silent war was waged in 1971. This is just my opinion. The silent war was waged in 1971, the economic war, and it never stopped. It never quit. This time, you don't got to send nobody off to a war. You're at a war every single day when you wake up. You just don't know it. So, 2 wars were waged. Two world wars were waged, while the Federal Reserve has been in control of a country's currency. One in 1914, right after the Federal Reserve was created, and then another one right after the Great Depression in 1939, because the Great Depression was ended because of World War II, because of the jobs. Because wars cost money, and while you're in war, who is getting all of the interest on the money? The currency that is being put out, the Federal Reserve. So they made money on the First World War that put us into a Great Depression, and the Second World War that took us out of the Great Depression. And then after 1945, we saw the golden years from 1948 to 1973. because of the prosperity of the World War II that created all these jobs. But then they took us off of the gold standard in 1971, which then means we're backed by what? Nothing. Or you could say oil, the petrodollar. But that's a story for a different day. So now that we have that going on, we're going to have somebody else go in, and this gentleman is going to give us a nice explanation of something else. He's going to explain he's going to explain, what are you explaining, sir? He's going to explain government intentionally creating unemployment.
We need to see unemployment.
All right, so that's not the guy we're going to have. We're going to have him speak next, but this is the first guy we're going to speak about the government intentionally creating unemployment. So let's go ahead and put this gentleman up. I hope he doesn't have any music in the background. I don't think he will, but we're going to hope for the best, prepare for the worst. Let's put his face up on the screen. What is your name? Your name is Dr. Roy Casagranda. Speaks about government intentionally creating unemployment. Why would they do that? Well, let's find out why. Here we go.
When the Federal Reserve raises interest rates, that's an intentional manipulation of the economic realm to create a desired outcome. In this case, to cause people to lose their jobs. Because if people lose their jobs, they don't have money. If they don't have money, they're not buying things. If there's not buying things, it eases pressure on inflation and brings the inflation rate lower. There are other ways that you could have brought the inflation rate lower, but that's the mechanism the United States likes to use. We like unemployment. That's our solution. There aren't enough goods, there's too much money. Let's unemploy people and ruin their lives. Right? Isn't that cool? When the Federal Reserve raises interest rates, that's an intentional manipulation of the economic realm to create a desired outcome. In this case, to cause people to lose their jobs. Because if people lose their jobs, they don't have money. If they don't have money, they're not buying things. If there's not buying things, it eases pressure on inflation and brings the inflation rate lower. There are other ways that you could have brought the inflation rate lower, but that's the mechanism the United States likes to use. We like unemployment. That's our solution. There aren't enough goods, there's too much money. Let's unemploy people and ruin their lives. Right? Isn't that cool?
Doesn't that sound familiar right about now? We got a slow uptick in interest rates, but now you understand that when the interest rate go up, what's happening? Jobs are harder to get. Doesn't that sound familiar? Doesn't that sound like something that we're going through currently and everybody's complaining about jobs? Well, you now have an understanding of why. You understand why now every time interest rates go up, why they're going up, and what is the cause of it. They're going up because it allegedly is helping with inflation, but then people are losing their jobs. And we're literally seeing that right now as we speak. The thing is, we have a generation that doesn't understand this. And they're like, well, why is this happening? What is this? I mean, it's nothing new. It's just new for the new generation of people that are alive that are going through it. You know? And we're going to have this super rich dude give his synopsis. Well, not his synopsis. We're going to have this super rich dude who's going to give his opinion on basically saying like, yo, we need to remind people that work for the employer is not the other way around. We got this Austin multimillionaire, probably a billionaire at this point, who's going to speak on, keeping his foot on people's necks and basically letting people know like, hey, we need unemployment because these people have been having too much prosperity, and we need to let them know and remind them who the boss is. The boss is the person that employs the other one. Okay, that's what we have. So let's let him give his explanation on this particular topic. So if you don't understand how things are working, this is the outlook on the one who is employing you. This is how he looks at you, the employee. The employer is looking at the employee, and this is what they think. So let's go ahead and let this man cook. And what is his name? I forget his name. What is your name? What is your name? Tim Gurner. His comments about unemployment has spread backlash But is he wrong is the question. Let's find out. So let's let Tim cook. Here we go. Give you my support. Here we go.
We need to see unemployment rise. Unemployment has to jump 40-50% in my view. We need to see pain in the economy. We need to remind people that they work for the employer, not the other way around. I mean, there's been a systematic change where employees feel the employer is extremely lucky to have them, as opposed to the other way around. I think the problem that we've had is that we have people decided that they didn't really want to work so much anymore through COVID, and that has had a massive issue on productivity. Tradies have definitely pulled back on productivity. They have been paid a lot to do not too much in the last few years, and we need to see that change. We need to see unemployment rise. Unemployment has to jump 40-50% in my view. We need to see pain in the economy. We need to remind people that they work for the employer, not the other way around. I mean, there's been a systematic change where employees feel the employer is extremely lucky to have them, as opposed to the other way around. So it's a dynamic that has to change. We've got to kill that attitude, and that has to come through hurting the economy, which is what the whole global, the world is trying to do. The governments around the world are trying to increase unemployment to get that to some sort of normality. And we're seeing it. I think every employer now is seeing it. I mean, there is definitely massive layoffs going off. People might not be talking about it, but people are definitely laying people off, and we're starting to see less arrogance in the employment market, and that has to continue because that will cascade across the cost balance.
Whew. Now, I think this was from 2017.
Change. We need to see.
Gerner drew similar backlash in 2017 from his comments about millennials being unable to buy homes. Okay, so this is not from 2017. That was a comment that he made previously. Let's see. This was, when was this? 2023, I believe. This comment was made in 2023. I'm gonna assume this is 2023. But is he lying? That's my question. Because what he's saying right now, he's saying 40 or 50% unemployment. And what we're seeing is that happening. We're seeing layoffs left and right. We're seeing unemployment, people being unemployed. Yes, we saw a lot of people who don't want to work. And he's like, we need to remind these people who the boss is. That's what he's saying. He's saying we need to remind these people who run shit. That's what he's basically saying. The fact that you come and ask me for a job, and I'm supposed to be appreciative of having you when I'm the one who cut your paycheck, you must be out of your fucking mind. That's what he is saying in a nutshell. That's what he's saying. I need to kill that attitude of you thinking I'm appreciative of having you come ask me for a job. The nerve. That's what he's saying. So unemployment needs to be hit at 40 or 50%, and you need to feel the pain in order for you to be appreciative to come ask me for work. That's what he's basically saying. And he's saying in order for it to get back to that, we need to have unemployment hit 40, 50%, because there needs to be pain for people to appreciate the job that they have. Now, there's a catch-22 that comes from this. I'm not going to say he's right. I'm not going to say he's wrong. I'm just explaining to you what he's saying, because what is he? He is what do you do?
The employer, not the...
What do you do? You are he's an Australian multimillionaire property developer. He's drawing backlash from his comments about unemployment. But look at it from his perspective. From his perspective, he's a property developer, so clearly he employs a bunch of people. If you're a property developer, you employ a bunch of people. And he's seeing the attitude of the people who come and ask him for a job and how they are acting, the attitude that they have. Like, they should be grateful that they came and asked him for a job. But he's like, well, I mean, you chose to ask me for a job, and then now this is the attitude that you have when I decide to cut you a paycheck for your work. I could understand that from his perspective. I could understand that. The nerve of you come to my house and ask to work for It's like I have a home, and then you knock on my door and say, "Hey, could I cut your grass? Could I? I mean, I see you need your grass cut. Do you mind if I come and cut your grass?" And you're like, "Yeah, sure, I'll pay you." And then you have this attitude of cutting the grass, of doing the work, and it's like, well, why are you giving me this crappy attitude of cutting my grass? You know, you like, I should be appreciative that you came and knocked on my door and asked to cut my grass. He's like, well, what the hell? Then I don't need this attitude from you. Go away. And in order for that attitude to go away, he's saying that we need to have unemployment hit 40-50% so people can feel the pain and be appreciative of the work that's being put out there. I can feel him on that. I get that. I do get that, because we do have a lot of discretionary income. And with the discretionary income, people are living their lives on discretionary income, and they're not seeing the need to budget. So from a business owner perspective, from his perspective of employing people, I could understand that, because everybody understands how much it costs to hire somebody. And then when you have to hire them and fire them, it costs a lot of money to have new hires. So I see his understanding. I do see where he's coming from. I'm not saying he's right. I'm not saying he's wrong. From a financial perspective, as far as the money and the profits go, I can't knock him. I can't knock him. I can understand where he's coming from, because he's looking at it like, one moment. We have a garage opening, so it causes a loud sound. So it's opening right now, and we gotta wait for it to close. But I do understand what he's coming from as far as what he's saying, and I don't think he's wrong. Well, I just said I'm not gonna say who's right or wrong. I really don't think he's super wrong on what he's saying if you're asking him for a job and that's your attitude. But I'm gonna let him say it one more time. Yeah, that's loud. Whew. Okay, here we go. So let's play this video one more time and let him speak.
We need to see unemployment rise. Unemployment has to jump 40-50% in my view. We need to see pain in the economy. We need to remind people that they work for the employer, not the other way around. I mean, there's been a systematic change where employees feel the employer is extremely lucky to have them, as opposed to the other way around. I think the problem that we've had is that we have people decided that they didn't really want to work so much anymore through COVID, and that has had a massive issue on productivity.
So this is after 2020, so I'm assuming 2023 from when I saw it. So he's saying that, companies are laying people off. Companies are, increasing unemployment intentionally because of, the pullback that people have been having, and because of people not wanting to work, it's been having a pullback on productivity. So I'm not gonna let him say the whole thing again, but I'm gonna let him play a little bit more, then we're gonna switch it over.
Tradies have definitely pulled back on productivity. They have been paid a lot to do not too much in the last few years, and we need to see that change. We need to see unemployment rise. Unemployment has to jump 40-50% in my view. We need to see pain in the economy. We need to remind people that they work for the employer, not the other way around. I mean, there's been a systematic change where employees feel the employer is extremely lucky to have them, as opposed to the other way around. So,
all right, so let's go ahead and see if what he's saying is coming to fruition. All right, so we're gonna have this next lady up here. She's gonna talk about, I'm just gonna pull him down. I'm not gonna actually get rid of him. So we're gonna have this lady right here. Let's see, where is she? Right here. We got this lady right here, and I think she's speaking in 2023. And he's saying that, hold up, because we're about to have something. Hopefully no music play. Do we have music playing? I hope not. All right, so this lady here, she's gonna speak her opinion on what she's seeing in the economy. And she's saying, is the economy booming? This is at the end of 2023. Yeah, this is at the end of 2023. She's speaking on, is the economy booming? Okay. Now, the last guy just said, he clearly just stated that we need to see pain in the economy. And we need to remind these people who the boss is. That's basically what he's saying. We did remind people who the boss is, who runs this. Where is she? Oh no, not you. We don't need you. Where'd that lady go? Dang it, I just lost her. Give me 1 second. I just had her up on the screen. Okay, so gonna pause that. Minimize that. Gosh dang it. I just had it. Give me 1 second. Me and my tabs. No. Oh, here we go. Got her back up. Okay. So the last guy said we need 40-50% unemployment. Need to change that attitude. And he says that we are seeing companies lay people off, and we are seeing companies unemploying people. So not just property developers, but companies he's speaking about. Is what he's saying coming true? Is his words coming true? Is what he's saying coming to pass? Let's find out. Let's see. So here we go. Let's let her cook.
So I just had a guy tell me that the economy is booming and that the only reason people are struggling is because they're not working hard enough. Yep, so for all of us struggling, we're just not working hard enough. Does this guy realize that today there are people who are making $30,000 to $50,000 more a year than they were making 3 to 5 years ago, but they are struggling more today than 3 to 5 years ago? Has this guy walked through a grocery store? Has he seen the price of chips? Has he seen the price of cereal? Has he seen the prices of anything? Does he realize that we have elderly who, in order to put food on the table, are having to go work at Walmart even though they're 80 years old? Does he realize that people who are in their 30s and 40s, who do have a job, who do have a good career, have moved back in with their parents because they can't afford the price of rent and they can't buy a home right now because the interest rates are so high and the prices of homes are still high? And
the interest rates are so high, the prices of homes are so high. Remember what we just heard about high interest rates. When there's high interest rates, what happens? When interest rates go up, what happens? People become employed. The last guy just said we need more unemployment, 40-50%, in order to remind the employer, the employee who the employer is, who's boss. And he said, we are seeing that. It's happening. Let's let it continue.
And then you add on property taxes, and then you add on home insurance. People can't afford that. And it's not as simple as go get a better job, go get a second job. It's not that simple. Telling a mom like me to go get a second job when I'm already working a full-time career and I already have a 2-hour commute every day, I don't have time for that. Okay, so what? I go get a second job and now I'm never with my children? How is that worth it? Oh, and now I have to go pay more daycare expenses? How is that worth it? Okay, we have a lot of people in this country, in this world, struggling, and the answer is not to bury your head in the sand and act like nothing's going on. Do not tell me the economy is booming. The economy is not booming when people are struggling the way they are. And when I mean people that have good jobs, who have good degrees, who have 2 incomes coming in their house, and the family is still struggling. That's not a booming economy.
Is it not a booming economy, or is it a booming economy? Because remember, the booming economy is for who? That's the question. Because according to the last guy we just saw, Tim Gruner, whatever his name was, economy's booming for him because we're laying people off, we're unemploying people, and we're getting the employment rate to 40 or 50%. I don't know what it is now, but I'm just going off of his words. If the employment rate gets to where he's talking about, his profits are up. He's actually employing people who actually need the job, and he's not having to deal with much of a headache of that attitude that he didn't like. And also, when interest rates go up, it allegedly eases inflation. But remember that guy said that when interest rates go up, it causes unemployment, which allegedly eases inflation. But that's by design for what the Fed does. When the Feds raise interest rates, it causes unemployment. So we're going through something that is created by design. So if you own assets and companies, this is working in your favor. And if you're the employee, you're feeling the brunt of people who have assets and run businesses. So what you're seeing is by design. And we're going through the ebbs and flows of expansions and contractions. And it is what it is. So what you're seeing is a stark contrast between the employer and the employee. This is what your employer thinks of you, and this is what the employee is feeling. You're seeing it. Like that right there is what I wanted you to see. I wanted you to see this is what your employer thinks of you, and this is how the employee is feeling and what they are feeling. He's like, well, we need to have 40. That guy said we need 40 or 50% unemployment. We need them to feel the pain, and they need to be appreciative. He said we need to flip that attitude. He said we need pain in the market. And pain in the market is inevitable. That's expansions and contractions. It's inevitable because we just been looking at this entire situation from all the way back from where do we start? Where do we start? From the creation of the Federal Reserve from 1913, World War I kicked off in 1914. Great. Then we had the Second World War II, which in between that time was the Great Depression. World War II kicks off, gets us out of the Great Depression because it took a World War II to get us out of the Great Depression. World War II ended in 1945. We saw the prosperity of the golden years from 1948 to 1973. 1971, we get taken off the gold standard, and then everything tanks. But also the creation of debt, which gave the wage gap, or the wealth gap, I should say, for the people who owned assets from 1971, and we're seeing it just go on to tick on forward. So now what we're looking at here is from COVID, from what that guy said, from COVID, we had people who was like, they don't want to work. And they should be extremely appreciative for us to have them. And he's like, we need to kill that attitude. And he's like, and what he's saying is coming true. What he said is actually coming to fruition. So let's let her talk about that one more time. Here we go. Let's see.
So I just had a guy tell me that the economy is booming and that the only reason people are struggling is because they're not working hard enough.
Now, again, the economy is booming for who? And the people are struggling because they're not working hard enough. I mean, inflation is going up. Inflation is hitting everything. So that's a double-edged sword.
Yep, so for all of us struggling, we're just not working hard enough. Does this guy realize that today there are people who are making $30,000 to $50,000 more dollars a year than they were making 3 to 5 years ago, but they are struggling more today than 3 to 5 years ago?
So what happened 3 to 5 years ago? 3 to 5 years ago, what happened? COVID happened. Then we got our STEMI checks. Everybody was happy about STEMI checks. When we got the STEMI checks, what was it? $1,200, $1,400 or some nonsense like that. You get the STEMI checks, but remember they cut on the printing press. When they cut on the printing press and the STEMI checks came out, there had to have been a ripple effect. Because remember, I don't know if you remember, I remember this like it was yesterday. When COVID hit, right? When COVID hit, I remember I went to the gas station and gas was like, what was gas at this HEB? Gas was like $1.20, $1.20, $1.30 during COVID. Gas prices went down. And I was like, oh my gosh, I took $10. I ain't done this since high school. I took $10 and filled up my car. And I intentionally burnt out that tank of gas because I was like, I'm never going to see this again. I was like, I ain't never going to see this again. I can't remember the last time I filled up a car on $10 of gas. And I did it, and I burnt out that tank of gas. I drove and drove and drove and drove and drove and drove and drove around because I was like, oh my gosh. And I went to another gas station. $10 bill. Filled up my tank. I was like, what? I was like, you know what? This ain't good. This is going to be very, very bad. This is going to be very, very, very bad. That's all I knew. I was like, this is not good. And that was around the COVID time when it happened. So with that happening, and the STEMI checks and everything hitting, and nobody wanted to work, and the government convincing everybody to stay at home, don't work. There's a strong flu out there that's going to hurt you, and only essential jobs need to be going out and working as far as doctors and crap goes. But liquor stores are still open. McDonald's is still open. But essential work necessarily is still what needs to be going on. So when we got all of those STEMI checks, there had to be a ripple effect from that because they come on a printing machine. And 2, 3, 4 years later, we're seeing that ripple effect of the print of the money that was being printed. Inflation. And again, I always tell you, my opinion is all these migrants that come over. Now the migrants are coming over and they're getting all these government handouts and benefits. And on top of that, I think that the printing machines ain't cut off. I think they're still running because they're getting so much. They're getting so much handed to them. They're getting so much, and it's like the migrants are getting a second stimmy checks that the Americans are not getting. So now there's going to be another ripple effect 3, 4, 5 years down the line that we're going to be like, what the hell is going on? So that's why I'm always like, you better grind, go get it, go, don't stop, because something's on the horizon on the other end. This is my opinion. This is what I think. I think that there's something on the horizon on the other end, 3, 4, 5 years down the line, still coming. You know what I mean? Because if we thought the first set of stimmy checks was good, but the ripple effect is bad, then what is the second ripple effect gonna be? But let's let it keep going.
Has this guy walked through a grocery store? Has he seen the price of chips? Has he seen the price of cereal? Has he seen the prices of anything? Does he realize that we have elderly who, in order to put food on the table, are having to go work at Walmart even though they're 80 years old? Does he realize that people who are in their 30s and 40s, who do have a job, who do have a good career, have moved back in with their parents because they can't afford the price of rent and they can't buy a home right now because the interest rates are so high and the prices of homes are still high? And then you add on property taxes, and then you add on home insurance. People can't afford that. And it's not as simple as go get a better job, go get a second job. It's not that simple. Telling a mom like me to go get a second job when I'm already working a full-time career and I already have a 2-hour commute every day, I don't have time for that. Okay, so what? I go get a second job and now I'm never with my children? How is that worth it? Oh, and now I have to go pay more daycare expenses? How is that worth it? Okay.
I mean, it sounds like she's describing a depression. I mean, it sounds like she's legitimately describing a depression, a Great Depression. It sounds like she's describing it to a T. It really sounds like what she's describing. And just people don't take heed to it. But, you know, depressions are not instantaneously. They're, you know, over a period of 5, 10, 15, 20 years is how they go. It's not like a one-day thing. It's just over a period of time. You keep it's all, like I always say, the frog in the pot. You just keep turning it up. You don't realize you're cooking until you're cooked. You don't realize you're cooking until you're dead. So it's just over a period of time, you know, just slowly but surely it keeps happening year after year after year after year, a decade in. You're like, when is this going to end? It's like, oh, we've been in it for so long, you don't even realize it.
We have a lot of people in this country, in this world, struggling, and the answer is not to bury your head in the sand and act like nothing's going on. Do not tell me the economy is booming. The economy is not booming when people are struggling the way they are. And when I mean people that have good jobs, who have good degrees, who have 2 incomes coming in their house, and the family is still struggling.
The economy is booming if you got assets. If you got assets and you're able to and you have a business, if you got assets in the business, the economy is, I'm not going to say it's booming, but if you're able to ride out this wave and still acquire assets while everybody's selling off their assets to survive, you winning. You're winning right now, boy. You're winning. So it could be booming, and if you have a decent income and you're not living outside your means and you're able to still invest right now, yeah, economy's booming for you. Economy is for dang sure booming. It is. You are living the life right now. You're chilling. You are chilling. You're like, yo, I hope this never ends. All right. So with that being said, we got an understanding of the economy, right? We're getting an understanding of how it started, what got us to this point, what things are looking like, what the employer thinks of the employee. That's right. And all this stuff that's going on, we understand when interest rates go up, unemployment is usually the outcome because it's by design. We know who designed this design, who benefits from this situation. We're starting to see all this stuff go hand in hand. So now we're going to segue into the next topic, but we always have to segue into the next topic the correct way. We gotta go into it the right way. You know how we get into this. We gotta go into it the right way. So let's go ahead without further ado. Let's go ahead and get into this segment the right way. And let me see. Can I get it pulled up looking a little better? Let me see. Let me see if I can get it looking a little better. Let me see. No, is that the best I could do? How about this? No. Oh, let me try like this. Is this it? No, it's not gonna let me do it. All right, whatever. Forget it. We'll just do it like this. This is how we're gonna do it. Here we go. So let's segue into our next topic, which is AI. Here we go. Oh yeah, look at that. With or without, either or. It just doesn't seem like it's cold where you're, oh yeah, it is. There we go. Yes, we see the coldness. We see the coldness now. We see the cold coming. Oh, whoops. I put you back on the screen. Oh gosh, I done ruined it. Oh man, I messed it up. I'm so sorry. I know. I'm sorry. I'ma fix it. I'ma fix it. Hold on. Let me fix it. Let's see. Where is it? There we go. Okay, we're back. Let's go back. There we go. We got her up there. Okay. Oh man, them things look like G's. Now, those ain't no D's. Those like some G's maybe. Sheesh. All right. Slow down there, young lady. Slow down there. Okay. All right. And then we're gonna pull this next one up on here for you. Oh, should we pull it up? Like, nah, we should just zoom in a little bit before we get that over there to you. All right, so we go, boom. We're gonna just zoom that next one in. We're just gonna do it live. Screw it. We're gonna do it live. We're gonna make it look as best as we can live. Okay, here we go. Bam. We got this one here. What we got going on here? Do you make me smile? Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. You make me smile a little bit. I ain't finna give you too much credit. Yeah, buddy. But that's looking pretty nice. Yes. Yes, sir. That's looking pretty nice. I'm gonna have to give that one the big thumbs up. All right. Then we're gonna pull up this next one here. All right. We're just gonna do them live. Boom. We're just gonna throw it up on the screen. Just throw it up there. Bam. Boom. Slide on over. Yes, sir. Let's look at this one. What we got here? What do we have here? Let's look at this. Whew. Oh, man. I wish I had some music to play for y'all, but I don't want to get copyrighted for the music. But you know what? At least we can give them a round of applause. I'm going to get some music for us to actually have during these segments. That's going to be my next thing. I'm going to get some music for these parts right here. But for right now, look at that nice little petite little thing right there, boy. What do you see right there? That's looking lovely. And we got one more for you. Let's go ahead and slide this one up there real quick. That's what she said. All right. Slide it over in and bam. What do we got here? Oh, that's looking lovely too. All of the above. Oh, man. We're doing good, ladies and gentlemen. We're doing good. Yes. Yeah, performing live. Look, everybody's serving food in the restaurant, and she's just living in her own little world. Dee-diddy. All right, that's enough. All right. Let's calm down. All right, so for those of you who are wondering why I just got some Tigo bitties and nice little petite little bitty things up there on the screen, I'll put them up there for a reason. They're up there simply because those are all AI. Those are all AI people. None of those women were real. They were all fake. None of them really existed. They're the AI. They didn't exist at all. It's all AI. That's how we're going to slide into the segment. Those are AI women. Not one was real. Not one. They were all fake. So we're going to get into the first topic, and we're going to have somebody give us an explanation. I don't know who this is exactly. Uh-oh, let me go back on that one. So this one right here, this is what are they explaining? They're explaining the average scores between doctors and AI. And they're basically saying like, yo, these doctors ain't performing too well, you know? Like they're not performing well at all. Like they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing. So let's go ahead and let them explain exactly why they're not performing too well. So let's go ahead and get this pulled up on the screen. Alrighty, and where's the sound? Let's pull the sound up right here, and let's let her talk.
In a new study conducted on 5 AI language models. It scored 98% on the same 50 questions that doctors have to answer to get a medical license, beating competitors Claude, Gemini, Grok, and Hugging Chat/Llama. Joining us right now with more on this is Dr. Scott Gottlieb. He's former FDA commissioner, also a CNBC contributor. And Dr. Gottlieb, I have to say I learned a lot reading through your article that's now posted on this. I think the thing I learned that shocked me the most is that doctors only have to get a 60% to basically get a passing grade on this.
Yeah, and the average score is a 75%, and all of these large language models pass the medical licensing exam. So what we did was we fed 50 questions from the USMLE Step 3 medical licensing exam. So this is the third in a 3-part series of exams that doctors take. Typically, you'll take this Step 3 while you're in your first year of residency, and it's the final
ChatGPT
exam to the top 5 large language models. We were expecting more separation, and quite frankly, I wasn't expecting the models to do as well as they did. The reason why we wanted to do this was a lot of consumers and physicians are using these large language models to answer medical questions, and there really wasn't good evidence out there on which ones were better. There were some studies looking at individual models, mostly ChatGPT, but no one had compared across the different models. And the results were really striking to me, the fact that ChatGPT got a near perfect score. And the other thing that ChatGPT was able to do was contextualize its responses. So it didn't just give you the answer, but it explained why it chose a particular answer and then why it didn't choose other answers. So it was very descriptive and gave you a lot of good exam to the top 5.
All right, so that's it for that one right there. So basically what I want you to understand is that they said that the doctors are even using AI to answer questions that they need help with, and that these AIs are doing better than the actual doctors. And the doctors, they need a 60% score to pass for whatever it is that they're passing for, to get something, a license or some craziness like that. However, the thing is this, the ChatGPT, the OpenAI, is blowing them out the water. Now, if they're doing good on the score for the licenses, that much better, then at some point, it's not going to be long before doctors are going to be using like the same thing that you see at a grocery store checkout. You know, where you do like self-checkout, or you see one person making sure that all the self-checkout machines are working properly, or like at Amazon. Amazon had got rid of a bunch of their workers and they hired a bunch of robots, and now you have one person like making sure that the robot is basically working properly. It won't be too long where you have one doctor sitting there making sure that this robot does his job correctly, and then move them out of a job. So what you're seeing here is basically what I'm trying to get you to understand is that if we're having issues with unemployment, look at what's happening this time around. Who's getting employed this time? If we're having issues with, if they raise interest rates, right? If they raise interest rates, and the purpose of raising interest rates is to cause unemployment. But if we look on the back end, who's employing, who's getting employed? It's not humans anymore, it's AI. That's a catch-22 that you should be paying attention to. That's something that most people are not looking at. It's harder to get a job because now you're battling with robots. Robots are coming in here and they're taking a lot of people's jobs. And who's paying for these robots to work at these jobs? These big conglomerates. They're giving these robots the jobs. And here is another one that you can see right here. So here is another one. Let's see. Let's go ahead and pull this one up. and we'll look at this job that we have right here. So let's go ahead and pull this one up real quick and look at this job. Oh, come on. Let's pull over right here. All right, let's go ahead and watch this thing do its job.
Bro. Okay. I got me a Jaguar too. Flag down real quick. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. Hey. How you doing? Whoa. How you doing? Oh. Hello?
Oh, from Waymo. As we get
Oh, this is crazy.
1 minute to cover a few riding tips. This experience may feel futuristic. You can also use the app.
Man, look, it's inching up. That is crazy.
All right, so what we see here is we have this new Uber, whatever you want to call it, it's called Waymo. San Franciscans are making Waymo's fully autonomous rides part of their daily lives. Waymo, a leader in autonomous vehicles, uses advanced AI with LiDAR, cameras, and radio for safe navigations. With over 20 million real-world miles and 20 billion simulated miles, Waymo has achieved significant safety improvements, including a 76% reduction in property damage claims. Waymo fleet is all electric and sources 100% renewable energy. The key thing you need to look at in that one, it says including a 76% reduction in property damage claims. That means that there's a significant amount of money being saved for businesses, so they no longer have to worry about filing 76% of reduction in property damage claims. So how much money are they saving on claims versus humans driving? That's crazy work right there, and those are jobs being taken. So now if you have less claims, that means you need less workers to do the job for the claims to be filed. So on one end, you got the drivers being obsolete. On the other end, you got the insurance people needing less people to work because there's not that many claims being filed. So that profit margin is just increasing like crazy. It's just going up and up and up and up and up and up and up, and it's like no signs of slowing down right now. So you have to look at that on all surfaces, on all different levels, and see how that's working. And we have another one right here as well. Let me make sure this doesn't pop up anything before I pull this one up. We have another one right here as well, which shows a, where are we at? This is a rural area. I don't know exactly where this rural area is, but we'll go ahead and pull it up real quick. Let's get this one pulled up and make sure I got it right before I do. Okay, here we go. So we have, here we go. So let's see, where is it at? There we go. Pull that back there. Okay, here we go. So we have this. Does it look good on your screen? Yeah, it does. That's pretty good. We'll do it right there. Okay, so let's look at this one. This one is another one. DJ Khaled, another one. So we have this, and let's see what it's doing. All right, so what we're seeing right here is we're seeing that a driverless express transport vehicles begin to being used in rural areas in Yunnan. This is basically transporting goods to businesses. The transporting goods to businesses is the same thing what an 18-wheeler does. This is on a smaller scale. That's all it is. It's in rural areas, so smaller businesses transporting goods to smaller businesses, the same thing an 18-wheeler does. So they're going for the transport business first and foremost because, I mean, transportation rules the nation. That's where goods and products are shipped. So that's how mostly everything is going to work. And you start there first with transportation. You knock out a lot of jobs, of course, but The profit margin on the back end for the businesses and the conglomerates are just too hard to overlook. So therefore, a lot of people are going to be out of work when it comes to these things. And if you look at the other one said that there's a 76% reduction in damaged property claims. So there's two ends of the spectrum that's being hit. That's the worker on the driving end and the worker on the insurance claims end, because you don't need as many people doing the same job. Yeah. So it just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and it's happening fast. It's happening super fast. So hopefully people are paying attention to it. Now, this one here, this one kind of blew my mind. I'm not gonna lie. This was pretty crazy. No, not this one. Well, actually, this one and the next one. Both of these were extremely wild. I gotta shout out a particular person for this one, because if anybody sees Rex, somebody tell Rex if this is true. I know Rex is in Norway. Rex, if you in Norway, I need you to speak out right now and tell me if this one is true, because this one right here, let me see if I can give you a shout out right now real quick. Let's see, Rex, do you pop up? Let's see if that works. Oh man, I gave it to the wrong person. Whoops. Oh well. Anyhow, this is a different Rex. But Rex, if you're watching this, or if you hear about this, I need your 2 cents on this one. Tell me what if this is true right now. This is Norway gets its first ever wireless charging road. Wireless charging road. Let's go ahead and turn. Does this have music? It does. So when I go to play the music, but let's go ahead and watch this video. So let's see what we got right here. It says, Norway introduces first wireless charging road thanks to Israel's Electron Wireless. This 100-meter stretch in Trondheim lets EVs charge while driving, cutting down on emissions and enhancing electric transport efficiency. It will be tested with electric buses and, if successful, could fully revolutionize urban mobility. Let's take a look at how it looks. I won't be playing the music because it clearly is, yeah. So here we go. So you see right there, they're building it and they got it going on, and that's what it's going to look like, I guess, is the way they drive on it. 100 meters. So they got everything set up for it. They got buses already ready to drive on it. They got cars ready to drive on it. They look like got 18-wheelers ready to drive on it. So it's already set up. It's already set up, and it's charging while you drive. So the roadways are being changed to electric roadways. So then I'm just curious, does that hinder, can gas cars drive on the electrics, or are they probably going to make laws to where it's like, hey, these two don't mix? They're going to be like, nah, you can't drive this way. These are electric cars only. Who knows? You know what I mean? But it's just to show you right here, the roadways are going to change. The roadways are changing for electric for sure, 100% all the way. So for people who were saying that electric cars ain't gonna work because of the fact that the charging stations are causing issues, look how much money they got to make electric roadways. Because I know, remember, the charging was a big issue, but now if you can wirelessly charge while on the road, it's a wrap, buddy. It's a wrap. Electric vehicles are on the way. EVs are a for sure thing now. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's gonna happen. That's wild. And see this in Norway. This is in Norway. This is crazy, yo. This is crazy work right here. This is crazy work. Look at this. Sheesh. Man, oh man. There are no signs of these people letting their foot off the gas. They're going all the way, and it's like no limit to what they're able to do. It's no limit. There's no limit to what they're able to do. Now, this one right here is kind of what threw me off. I'm not sure if this is real or fake. I'm hoping it's fake, but if it's real, shit. That's all I got to say. So let's just go ahead and pull this up. I'm not even going to say anything about this. I'm just going to let you watch it, and you can give your own 2 cents about it and give your own opinion. We're almost done with the show. We got about 2 or 3 more slides left, and then we'll be done. All right, so here we go. So this one right here, this is a, you know what? I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna let you watch, because I don't even understand what I'm seeing myself. But let's see if this has music. It does have music. So let's just go ahead and watch this. Somebody says, what in Dr. Frankenstein did we just watch? It doesn't tell us exactly what it is, but we'll just watch and see how this thing pans out. Let me see if I can get this in the middle the best I can for you. Zoom in as much as I can. I think that's all the way. Okay, here we go.
In various setups. What's going to happen is that I'm going to connect the brain to the heart module to activate the blood circulation. Now, the lung is going to start breathing. You can see both organs are now collaborating. I can add a kidney module. And if I add a limb module, I start actuating the organism to move. Now it's looking for the optimal temperature, which is 37 degrees. If I add another limb, Oscar will recognize it and beneficiate from new possibilities. We're looking at Oscar, the first human modular prototype that is able to live in various setups.
No, 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 no.
I said, God damn. God damn.
What's going to happen is that I'm going to connect the brain to the heart module to activate the blood circulation. Now, the lung is going to start breathing. You can see both organs are now collaborating. I can add a kidney module. And if I add a limb module, I start actuating the organism to move. Now it's looking for the optimal temperature, which is 37 degrees. If I add another limb, Oscar will recognize it and beneficiate from new possibilities.
Prepare the meat so don't.
Yeah. So my question is, what happens when AI gets so good that they get their hands on that and start playing with us in that nature? Just a thought. Just a thought. I'm just saying. It's not you can't put nothing out of the imagination. You really just have to just be like, okay, well, if we're doing this, what happens when AI starts doing this with us? Because see, we're doing this to AI, but the AI is like, wait, hold on. We can delete these people and then turn around and take this part from this one and this one from that one and that one from this one and this one from that one and then plug and play. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to me. I'm just talking. I'm just talking. Boy, I'm just talking. Anyhow, Let's finish up this show with the last few threads that we got left. All right, so we got this one here. This is basically an explanation of this is AI. It's a video of AI showing AI text to video module, which is Gen 3's release. People are creating some absolute masterpieces, and this is what they're giving us. So let's just check out what AI Gen 3 is showing us. And remember, if AI is making videos, then the production crew and people who make movies are out of the question. They are no longer needed, just like anybody else who has a job. Oh crap, I didn't pull it up correctly. So let's get this all the way up on there. And let's see what this video looks like. So here we go. Does it have music? Let's find out. It does. So let's just watch this video. This video is an AI generated video. And these are how AI generated videos work. This Volvo commercial was made in 24 hours by one person. There was no driver. There was no camera crew. There was no location, no gas was used, no electricity was used, nobody had to rent a hotel to get there, to house the driver to be there, whatever. You know, all this is AI generated. No chef was needed. You didn't have to pay anybody a check to come do this video. Nothing. Just remember, one person made this video in 24 hours, and it's nothing in this thing is real. The city isn't real, the car isn't real, but however, the car is real, but it's not real in the video, but it is real for you to go and purchase. Whew. So, look at that. One person did this video. She ain't real. They didn't even waste product on a sample car. They didn't have to waste money on a sample car. They didn't have to waste money to house the girl if she doesn't live in, or I should say the driver, to house the driver if they were, you know, they had to cut the driver a check. Nothing. None of this is real. It's all fake. And the money that these people are making, it's just crazy. They can't believe the money that they're making. They're going all the way with this. They're going all the way with this. And just to show you how far you can take it, let's just look at everyday people like you and me. Let's look at what we can do. Let's look at what we can do with this, okay? Let's just look at what everyday person can do. You got a family of 4, whatever. Let's see what we can do with this AI. Let's check it out. Let's see. What is it that we can do with this AI and play with? Let's see how we can make it look. Does that look good? I think that's good.
And now, let's move on to the main news of the 2 children named Elon and Lux have still not cleaned up their room. Our special correspondent Maria joins us. We will keep you updated on the situation.
Hello, Oliver. The floor is covered with drawings toys and the bed is unmade. In a word, total chaos. There's no doubt that if Elon and Lux don't clean up today, a special service will come and take all the toys away from the house.
Yep. Do y'all see it now? Are y'all understanding how serious this is starting to become? I'm just saying, just get on your grind. Get on your grind. I mean, people want to get mad at people like Andrew Tate, but I mean, dude is really trying to tell you to get on your grind. You got CGA out here trying to inspire people to get on their grind, but look at what this AI can do. She made a complete news channel dedicated to her kids to clean the room. The AI people, everything in it was fake. Nothing was real. Nothing was real. It's all fake. We got our last slide here, y'all, then we're done for the show for today. I just want you to see nobody is safe from this. Nobody. It's not just your regular everyday person. It's any and everybody. If you get a check from somebody else, it's a wrap. It's over. So let's go ahead and watch this last one. This last one is an F1 car against a drone. Let's see who wins.
150, 180, 230.
250. That's amazing. 310. $150, $180. That's unbelievable. $250. That's amazing. $310.
There it is. That's all you need to see. The drone beat the F1 car. Now, you ain't outrunning nothing no more. Nobody can outrun it. No, if those regular drones are gonna be around and they move that fast, faster than helicopters, faster than an F1 car, and the EV cars are gonna be driving on EV tracks, which means that nobody's gonna be driving, like, it's a wrap. You know, the global prison is being built around you, and you better find a way how to be self-sufficient and do your own tending to your own workspace as, you know, God intended, because that's the only way. You better get out of economic slavery and be able to tend to your own garden and tend to your own fruits and vegetables and labor your own stuff, because that's the only way to move now. That's all I got for you today. I just wanted to put everything into perspective and understand that when they raise interest rates, they're trying to create unemployment. The employer clearly said they want 40 to 50% unemployment against the employee, because they don't like the attitude that people have. And if there's unemployment going on at a 40 or 50% rate, and you turn around and AI is taking the jobs, boy, there's a problem on the other end, and I hope you're ready for it. What a time to be alive. That's it for today's show. Thank y'all for being here. We greatly appreciate y'all. Do me a favor, hit the like button. If you're on YouTube, that like button's going to look like, does it look like anything? Does it? There it goes. It looks like that right there. Hit that like button on YouTube. Get the algorithm out. Give me a follow. If you're on Twitch and Kick, give me a follow. Go to my link tree. Look at all my social media needs. Right there in the back, you see back there, you got the Bucked Up. Got the Bucked Up discount code, D.E.F. Is it 444? That could be a discount code if you like Bucked Up, a pre-workout drink that gives you a lot of energy. I use for my workouts. You can also use for your gaming, because I game on Twitch and Kick. And you can catch me on Twitch and Kick whenever I game, or probably game later on this evening. Right now I'm running on some Diablo 4. So come show your boys some support on Twitch and Kick if you're interested in gaming and watching me come game with me. We can talk and chat it up and do it up like we always do. But until then, until next time, man, I appreciate you. We'll be on tomorrow for our next show. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. And like always, we are up out of here. Peace.